Hello, hello, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. How are you? This is your divination reading for September 2022. I am doing this in a different format, so you can always let me know how you like it. Yes, I've been wiping and reusing the water soluble, and yeah, I thought I'd get away with it with my using my what you call them, wet wipes, and not just the wet wipes, but the sheets. All right, going down here and catching you live on my computer so I can look up, and if anybody chats with me, then I can answer questions as we go. Now, this is what I call my soul chart. It is part of my Indefinite Chaos, Learn Astrology Basic Science. It's an astrology teaching tool, and it's my latest invention. Down here, my soul chart, I call them also my cheat sheets, because here you have the constellations going down the sides, starting with Aries, ending with Pisces. You will see the glyph and what it is written beneath it. And then down along here, you will see the planets. Each house is divided 30 degrees, 12 houses. Each house represents a different part of your life. What I do is take my ephemeris and I put in the numbers. And then I have the squares, the oppositions, the easy angles. So it makes it, like I said, as in a cheat sheet for me to look at and to see and to do an intuitive reading, kind of like throwing out the tarot cards. If you guys are into tarot cards, that's kind of like a divination, and therefore that is what I do. I do an intuitive divination reading, and this is for Pisces. So let's see, Pisces, what do we have to look forward to in September? Seems like our relationships are going to be highlighted. Could that be a relationship that is a sexual type of tension, or is it just a partnership and it is not a romantic relationship? Either or, that's a good thing, because there's going to be some possible old people come back into our life. Wow, that's interesting. That could be cool. Don't know which one I would want to come back in, but there again, you just never know. So, looks like we're going to be working on our home. Where do we consider our home? If home is where the heart is, then we are going to be looking forward to settling down within the next 6 months. 5 months? Within 5 months, we might actually be ready to settle down and not be so much of a vagabond and want to be bouncing around and not knowing where or what direction we are going. We have Neptune in our sign, and Neptune is illusions and delusions, but it's retrograde, so we are starting to see things a whole lot more clearer than what we used to. And what we had reservations about regarding are we, can we, yes, we can do it. And those old thoughts and feelings and unworthiness that we've been dragging around for way too long, yeah, it's about time to cut that ball and chain and move on. I'm ready. How about you? Sorry, had to grab a sip, and now too. I have been doing live readings all day. A couple of days ago, I was getting all the charts ready. So when I'm doing a reading, there's a lot of work that does go into it. So if you'd like to support me and you want to buy me a coffee, I know that I have some written down below where you can go and buy me a coffee or donate through the Cash App. And I am going to be offering downloads of my soul charts, so you can always download and put your birth information in, and that way when I'm talking about the general aspects of where the transit are and what houses they're hitting you, you can also have your planetary aspects in, and you can see, oh, okay, I see what she was talking about. I have to pay a little bit of attention to this because it really does make things a whole lot easier. Especially, I know myself being a Pisces and being a highly intuitive and empath, I do tend to read other people's energy and sometimes get it confused with my own and make myself neurotic in the process of, why don't people like me? I'm nice. Well, guess what? Some people just aren't gonna like you, and that's just how it goes, you know? That's why we have a yin and a yang. That's why we have vanilla and chocolate. I mean, there's times when I like to eat vanilla, and then there's times when I like to eat chocolate. So, you know, and there might be somebody else who likes to eat chocolate at a different time that I would eat the vanilla. So, you know, it is what it is. Don't be so neurotic. And it's time to, you know, take the horn by the balls. Or is that the steer by the balls? Or is that the steer by the halls? Or however, you need to grab that brass ring, whether it is in the bull's nose or not. You know, it's time to grab it. It's time to grab it, and then you hang on for dear life, because we are getting ready for an experience that we have been waiting for a long time for the opportunity to come. So it's time to grab it, and let's go. Let's go for a good ride. We do have some opportunities. Cash will be coming in. Is it a quick cash and then it's gone? Don't use it as a flash in the pan. Make sure that you invest it wisely. You know what happens when you are not fruitful and multiply. Now, you might be going back into and putting a little bit of more money where your mouth is and focusing a little bit more on yourself and also your resources, multiplying your resources. But then it's also multiplying your resources for that home base. And what do you need to communicate? Is that getting out? Will you find an avenue of getting it out there and being an inspiration to others? Is that what we might be doing? Could we be and inspiration to others, sharing our experience, strength, and hope. Well, I can share my wisdom, but I can't make you want my knowledge. And there again, those who click will click, and those who clack will clack. Because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody will understand me. So those who do and those who don't, it's all good. Whatever puts a smile on your face, that's the important thing. Harm none and do as you will. Okay? We have to try not to judge. And yeah, we sometimes have a harder time than others judging. But we have to remember, forgive others for not being as perfect as us. And if you don't do that, then one finger pointed out in judgment has three folded back. And let me tell you, by using my wisdom, sharing my wisdom, so I can give you and you can use it for knowledge instead of the pain that you had to go through to learn that judgment. Because yeah, it does come back to bite your butt. And someday I will go into my explanation of how I have learned all of my judgments. And it was a very painful and cost quite a few dollars, quite a few emotions, quite a few. That's why I say I can share my wisdom with you, but I can't make you want my knowledge. Now, there have been a lot of our wishes, hopes, and dreams that have been dashed and torn. And some of them coming in from our friends and associates that we thought were our friends and associates. But they tended to hold us down. Because if we were to bounce instead of crash like we had prior to, how to take a sip on that one. How to take two. My mouth, my throat is getting dry from talking so much today, and I really don't like those coughing fits. And I learned how to keep them under control, and that is by keeping a moist throat and not taking a quick breath and drying it out. And yeah, ain't no fun. All right, yeah, I didn't bring an Altoids or a Whorehound or any of the above that I would put in my mouth and make sure it does stay moist. But yeah, my water is gonna have to be sufficient. So let's see what else we got going on. Saturn, jails, institutions, secrets, hidden enemies. What was I just talking about? Friends and all that kind of good stuff. What's that saying? You know, do me dirty once, my fault. Do me dirty twice. Yeah. Or is that do me dirty once, your fault, do me dirty twice, my fault? Whatever it is. You know, if, as I'm talking about the relationship, partnership, and those coming back, it is what it is. A leopard doesn't change its spots. So be aware of and just keep an eye out for those red flags. And if you don't see those red flags anymore, well, doesn't mean that miracles can't happen and that people don't change. But look at where those red flags went to. Did they just get turned into other red flags? So 3 red flags, that's a karmic lesson in relationships. Remember that. So whether it's the same red flags or different red flags, you're still going to have to become aware of that there are it's a red flag. Now I don't know if you guys like me using my back scratcher that I just got as a pointer. So that's why I have it as a live, and you can let me know. And I don't know if that works out well or really if I should use a pointer. So you can let me know what you like. And there again, I'll probably have people like the hand and have people like the pointer. So that's just how it is. Can't please everybody. So maybe I'll just have to flip it around, and you tell me if you like when I'm talking about what sector in the charts, where I'm getting it from, where I'm hearing that this is where I need to talk about, let you know what's going on. That's how I tend to read my my tarot. They all bounce, they all play off of each other, and I do it intuitively, and it comes through me. It is not of me, and I like to have a good time. So, it's like take the ego out of it, easing God out. I do have a good early direction, and I listen to that still small voice in my gut, my God unto thee, and that is how I have learned to live happy, joyous, and free. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to have challenges. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges. But it does make it easier to live with a smile on your face. So that's what I like. We're going to have a lot of redoing in our home sector. So from now, coming up until February, there's going to be some changes in our home, working on our home, whether we're working on our home, whether we're working out of our home. There's some communications that are going to be happening in the home, in partnerships, relationships, and working with other people's money. So if you're working with other people's money, make sure that you dot the I's, cross the T's, and wait to do new contracts with new people. You're going to want to hold off on that coming into more in October, okay? Because with Mercury Retrograde, Mercury communication, electronics, mechanical breakdowns are going to be more prevalent during a Mercury retrograde. And since we're in the shadow phase and it's going retrograde on the 9th, that's when you really want to pay attention. And it's going to be going back in retrograde with other people's money, dealing with other people's contracts and everything. So that's going to be September, and it's not going to be dealing with others and other people's coming in. Yeah, I'm not hearing legal so much. I mean, I am hearing legal, but not so much for everyone. But yeah, that is what we really, that is something that I need to tell myself. I guess I've talked about, and some of you might know that I am going to be writing another lawsuit if I can't find a civil rights attorney. And if you go to buy me a coffee, you will see where I'm trying to raise the funds in order to get a First Amendment platform for we the people. And that's another long story. So if you look up GLoLady and look in my different playlists, you will see Seeking Justice for All. And that's what I'm trying to do. Seek justice for all. Because I have come to accept I am what I am. Sorry if you don't like it, but, I would rather be happy than right. And genius hinges on insanity only when you're not true to yourself. And I've already gone through that sanity, and I know who I am, and it's all good. You know, it's all good. If you don't understand me, that's okay. If you understand you, that's what the, important thing is. It's understanding yourself. Because once you understand yourself, you know that not everybody's you. And you start to be more forgiving of others for not being as perfect as you are. Because you, like me, probably ain't. So, Pisces, we got a lot of really good stuff going on. And do you feel lucky? Well, yeah, I've been kind of doing half decent playing numbers lately. So, what are your numbers? And why don't you go out and play them sometime? Okay, Pisces, I have had fun. So, I will see you. Love you. Bye. Till October.